Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Town Council regular meeting Wednesday, August 6th in the Green Room, and we'll begin with a pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dennis. Are there any visitors who would like to speak? No? All right, hearing none. Item number 3 is the approval of minutes for the July 16th, 2025 meeting. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? All right, motion carries. Okay. Item number 4, appointments. And this morning we have Antonella Vertucci, who is looking to be appointed to Economic Development Commission until 6/30/2026. Antonella, would you like to, do you have anything to say? Would you like to tell us why you want to join?
I owned my house here for 11 years and I'm a realtor, so I just want to improve Clinton because I think it's a great town and try and do my part.
All right, great, thank you. Any questions for Antonella? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries. Congratulations. Do you know where the town clerk's office is? If you'll get, what is the term for it? Sworn in before the next meeting, that would be great.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. There's a reappointment for William Sutcliffe, and he doesn't have to be here, and he isn't, I assume. Nope, okay. He is hoping to be reappointed to the Tree Committee for a term until 6/30/2027. Is there a motion for William Sutcliffe?
So moved.
Second? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? All right, motion carries. Thank you. Number 5, Todd Hayek is here for a Public Works Department update.
Good morning, all. Try to make this as least painful as possible. Just coming here just to give a brief overview of what we do, what the department does, just a high level, and answer any questions I can. So, start off our mission statement. I gave everyone handouts. I don't really need to read through all this stuff in the sake of time. But our mission is to provide as economical as possible service to the town and do everything that we can do for them. We're comprised of myself, administrative assistant, 14 full-time DPW employees, and 3 full-time custodial staff. We have about 80 miles of road, which comprises surfaces, drainage. We have 1,700 catch basins, all the guide rails, signage, striping. We have approximately 700 street lights that we inherited, along with all the road sweeping, snow and ice removal, amongst anything else that may come up, struck animals, tree branches, things like that. Sidewalks, we have approximately 8.8 miles of sidewalk, which are responsible for the surface and the vegetation growth that overhangs. And in the wintertime, after we're done plowing the 80 miles of road, we get to plow 4 miles of sidewalks also, which is most of that is with snow blowers walking behind them, cleaning the sidewalks off. Building maintenance, we handle all the town buildings, just not the schools. All the mechanical systems in them, any carpentry that comes up, and then the capital planning to replace all those systems. Property maintenance, all town-owned buildings and facilities, we handle all the outside properties. Schools, we handle all the outside properties of all school buildings. One of our biggest components, especially lately, of past 2 years has really been about is tree work. We purchased a used bucket truck back in 2015. We spend most of the winter out doing road right-of-ways. Eversource goes down the wire side, we go down the other side. We work very well with the tree warden. He does a very good job with Eversource to try to help us out. Trees are expensive. I mean, every tree that comes down, you're $1,000 if you have to hire it out. It adds up. We've probably taken 200 trees down in the last 6 months. So and we have more. You just don't look up when you drive down the road, but sometimes you have to. And if Eversource puts out a report I'm not sure if it's every year, about outages. We are one of the least, in this shoreline area, we have the least amount of outages for Eversource customers. And we owe it all a lot to Gary and the work that our guys have done trying to keep these roads opened up and keep the hazard trees out. Towns that don't obviously show when storms hit, wires are down. So it's worked. Sports complexes. We work with Bo. We mow all the fields at least 2 times a week, depending on the season. Obviously spring is much busier. We prepare all the baseball fields, all your soccer fields, lacrosse, field hockey, all the fields, we line them all. We paint the lines. Any damage that's done, we try to repair it as quickly as we can to keep the field playable. We manage all the fertilization of all the fields, trash removal, vandalism, we do get that too. And just try to keep the fields in the best condition we can for the kids to keep playing. Transfer station. It's open 2 days a week, Fridays and Saturdays. We staff, 2 of our crew members go there on Fridays and Saturdays. And in addition to that, you'll have, we have one other 8 to 10 hour period of hauling all the material. After the day it's open, we have to haul the material to appropriate facilities all around the shoreline to get rid of. We estimate it's only about 500 or 600 residents actually use the transfer station. So it's not a big utilization from the town. Leaf composting, which we also mix in the food scrap into it, gets taken care of up there. And we're governed by DEEP. We have to follow all their reports, their quarterlies and their annual reports. So we track all our waste and everything, where it goes and how much we receive. And like I mentioned before, all the hauling to all the appropriate places to dispose. Office side, manage the operational, the capital, any long-range planning, stormwater management, OSHA requirements for all our equipment, our guys, everything that we need to follow to meet their guidelines. And then any of the required permits, transfer station requires, we have 3 active permits up there. And then in your buildings, all your boilers get certified every 3 years. They have to be inspected and maintained. And any elevators we have. As far as in construction projects, we're part of it from the beginning, the initial planning, the design, any town support we can provide to the outside entities working, and any reimbursements get processed through our office to get the proper reimbursements from the state. Townwide contracts, we manage all the contracts in town. They're all labeled up there, but anything that has to do with any of the buildings, facilities, we manage all those. We go out to bid we do it on a 3-year cycle. We just went through it, and then we keep track of the guys as they go through. Special events, Christmas in Clinton, soccer tournament, Little League, it never ends. Anywhere we have any event in town where we can help out, we help out. Prep the areas, maintain the areas for them to have their events, facilitate garbage cans, whatever everybody needs, we're there to help. Future needs. Here's where you guys get involved. Road funding, sidewalk upgrades, field upgrades. So we need to maintain our infrastructure. So when we ask for money, we're not asking because we just want money, we're asking because there's a need. This year was a great year for road funding, a step up, but it's not gonna sustain what we need to do. Sidewalks, we've done a couple, we've got the new sidewalk on East Main, the process of the new one on West Main, but we have a lot that need to be reconstructed. That'll be coming in for funding soon. Fields, we work with Bo, we shut down, try to shut down a field every year, but sometimes we have to do, fields need a little more. There's a couple that probably need reconstructing. We have a large fleet of equipment that we have to maintain, and we just need to keep that moving. And buildings, HVAC, all the systems, this building here is built in 1939, 38. It's old. It needs updating from time to time. We should probably really think about having a building account to be able to fund all that. And then down the road, I really think we need to look and maybe join with the schools, or however we would do it, as a specialized trade employees, electricians and plumbers. We hire it all out. Electricians, not normally a big problem. Plumbers are hard to find, and we luck out that we have a plumber on staff. He doesn't get paid as a plumber, but he helps out for all the little stuff. But he's only a couple years away from retiring. So there's a need to try and maybe get someone in-house to do that type of stuff. And maybe it's a place where we can do something with another organization in town to try to facilitate that. And then the closing, our unofficial motto of all the guys, if you can't call 911, call DPW. Because that's where it comes. So that's where we are. Any questions?
I've got a question. Oftentimes, we hear people complain that the transfer station is only open 2 days. So the response to that is only 500 residents use it. Is that,
Yeah, we just started, this fiscal year, we're gonna be tracking it differently, so we'll really know how many households use it. Yeah, I mean, I'm going back, when I started here, it was open 4 days a week. Past directors have actually done traffic counts. Monday and Tuesday, we're paying guys to sit up there for 10 cars. We need those people somewhere else, on the fields, on the roads. So that's what we do. Those guys don't go home. The other 3 days a week, they're out somewhere else working. And that's just, it was just a bet, we figured it out, and it just wasn't worth opening the facility, paying 2 guys when you could use them somewhere else. And that's how it came about. So, but we are tracking those numbers to see if we can come up with a better, how many houses are actually using it. But it's not a big usage.
okay.
And the maintenance of the roads and the striping and the painting and the signage, you do that on the state roads too?
No, just ours.
And you work with the public safety, police department as to the proper guidelines, or you already know that maybe there's state rules on how wide this crosswalk ought to be, where they need to be?
Yeah, all that goes through VIN, the local traffic authority, if there's a new crosswalk to be put up, but we maintain the ones that are there. They all meet state standards. Yep.
The one that came to mind was one at the library location downtown, you put in a crosswalk.
Yeah, that was sort of that was to try to alert people that people would be crossing. It was done, it was a last minute thing, so.
I think there was one there prior too, though. I think years back.
A long time ago, yeah.
And this year, I remember in the budget, it was 800,000 for paving. You're saying that that's not sustainable, that it needs to be
I'm
higher?
gonna do 4 roads. Probably 2 miles of road. Maybe close to 3. We should be doing at least 4. Prices have gone up, and the problem is not all our roads are just simple overlays. Like I'm doing 2 roads complete, it's actually 3. Scrabble them up, regrade them, do everything, so it takes more. I am working, you met the guy that came in here and did the road study. We're working to put together a 3-year plan for the next 3 years, exactly what roads, and see if we can find a better way to manage that money, to try to cover more ground. But you're at least that every year. You're moving forward, you'll need.
So the quick math is 80 miles, 4 miles per year. That's $200,000
Per mile.
per mile times 4 is $800,000 per year. So now it's more than 200,000.
Depends on what you do. If you're just a simple overlay, you're a little less than that, but if you're a full reclaim grade, new curbing, the whole 9 yards, you're probably pushing 250. So it all depends on
Which roads you're doing, yeah.
yeah.
So in a year that you might do a road that needs a little more work, you might do 1 mile less.
Right,
Or you need
yeah. And it all depends on how much, if you can do maintenance every year, the proper amount of maintenance every year, you have to do those full reclaims less often.
Yeah.
So it's just, and we're behind. I mean, we had multiple years where we were only getting $300,000 or $400,000.
Yeah.
So every year you do that, you fall.
And that's just for the roads. You were saying that there's the maintenance of the sidewalks, that we don't have any money put aside for that, right? We have some new sidewalks going in, but we got to maintain the old ones.
This year, we have some money for some engine, because everything along Route 1, it's got to be engineered, the state's permits, all that stuff. We're working on a couple sections right now, which will then produce a number for you for future budgets of what we need to replace those.
So there's the capital. And then in addition to that, there's no fund put aside for the maintenance of the mechanicals in this building, for example.
Right. We do it as we go, but I think at some point it might be worth a conversation amongst you guys to have a fund, even if it's not managed by me, it could be managed through the town manager's office, but when something breaks, we have that money to pull from. Instead of, yeah, you can go to contingency every time, but that's not the way to do it either.
And we have a plan to get together to work on a comprehensive long-term capital plan, right? This would be part of.
We have the 5-year, and they've been part of the conversation. Todd's an integral part of it because there's the components of the public works, and then he's also contributes to the town-wide capital improvement plans, you know, for roofs and things like that and roads. We do get some state aid, but definitely not.
No, not enough to cover it all.
We have a licensed plumber on staff.
But he's not necessarily a plumber, because he's not, that's not what his job title is. But he helps out, he always has, you know.
One of the things, a licensed electrician, you wouldn't need a license for carpenter, right? Carpenter, you just.
We have a carpenter on staff. For the little stuff that,
And can you think of any other technical trade? That would be it.
no, because I don't think you'd ever get into an HVAC guy,
Yeah.
because that's pretty elaborate.
Yeah. I need pretty quick.
No. We have our contractors probably been here almost at least twice a week in this building alone for the last 3 months. Just tidying things up, fixing things. That unit right there is not working. So, yeah.
Any other questions? No. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you. So the next item is Bo from Park and Rec.
Park and Recreation, we have 2 full-time staff. Myself as the director and administrative assistant, and we have a part-time clerk in the office, and currently we have a part-time maintenance man, and that comprises of our staff. During the summer, we have about 22 employees, summer staff, temporary. Basically, a lot of them are assigned to the beach, lifeguards, gate guards, and maintenance people. We have Park and Rec Commission is very, very active, and one of them is sitting next to me, Chris Williams. And without the commission, they've been unbelievable, helping me promote a lot of the things that we have currently in town. Some of our facilities, over the years, I hear so many compliments because we have a lot of tournaments and events going on through our department. They rave about the town of Clinton and the facilities we have. Public Works, as you know, they keep up with it. They've done a phenomenal job with the fields, everything else. So we've been pretty fortunate for the town of our size and what we can offer to the public. I gave you, there's two complexes that we have direct control over. That would be the Ethel Peters, okay? And when I first came here, when I pulled into, I used to be the Glenwood complex, and it was a dirt road. And from there, we built on that, and Miss Ethel Peters left, bequeathed to the town a lump sum, and we used that, and we combined, it was $250,000 back then, which was a lot of money. Combined it with federal and state funds, and we ended up with $500,000. We were able to develop what is now the Ethel C. Peters complex. From there, we moved on over to Indian River, okay, and the town acquired that through eminent domain, went back and forth, and we established funding, and we developed the Indian River complex. And it's, as you all know, that's been outstanding. From there, we passive recreation, which I'm promoting. Town of Clinton really does not have a whole lot of passive recreation areas. The one that we do have that's used quite a bit would be up at the Hester's Pond. If you've ever been up there, we have a little gazebo and sitting area. In the winter, we don't promote it, but it's used for ice skating when we do have a cold winter. So basically, I'm looking to develop a few more passive areas. So when open spaces come available to us, like behind the town hall right now, there's an area over there. And I met with the open space committee, and we're jointly trying to develop a little area for the public to go and sit, like a picnic area. And that was what we would call passive recreation. A lot of people say, what do you mean passive and non-passive? Well, passive is a place where you can go and just sit, have a sandwich, listen to your music, and just relax, okay? So we're trying to build a few more areas in town. And as spaces become available, okay, we're going to try to launch a passive area and develop it that way. I'm thinking the big thing going on right now, okay, with the ARPA funds, we had three projects starting over a year ago. One was the bleachers and scoreboard at Ethel Peters. We have brand new bleachers over there on the home side, and we have a brand new scoreboard. The other project was to put down a new carpet on the turf field, which the old carpet lasts 14 years, which is phenomenal. Usually the time frame for those are 8 to 10 years. With the maintenance that takes place through Public Works, the grooming, everything else, we got 14 years out of it. So now we have a brand new carpet, and we're looking to keep that in place for the same duration, we're hoping. The facility, I think everybody's been raving about too, at Indian River is the pickleball courts. Okay, now it's converted from a basketball court to pickleball. It was a good move on our part to do that because of the popularity of the sport. We do have two other areas for basketball. We have the one over at Miss Peters complex. Okay, there's 6 hoops there. And we also have one which we just put in down at the town beach, which has 2 hoops down there, and a variety of other things going on in the same area. To talk about the beach a little bit and the ARPA funding, we had 8 items that we put in for the grant for the scope of the work. It was a basketball play area, it was the drainage, to address the drainage at the spray pad. It was the renovation of the old bathhouse restrooms, playground expansion at the beach. We're addressing the erosion taking place right now. We also addressed the large pavilion, which needed renovation. So we acquired a total of $305,000, okay, in ARPA funds. And I'll give you a little breakdown. We spent $22,000 to renovate the large pavilion down there. We spent $12,876 to renovate the old bathhouse. The basketball play area was $109,875. So we have basically a balance of around $150,000. And like I said, we're looking into, we have a subcommittee that was formulated, the Park Rec Commission, to address the erosion at the town beach. And they're working with our town planner going forward to develop a plan. So we're concentrating on that as well. Let's see. I think the total picture is, and what I want you to do is I gave you a pamphlet, and if you want to go through it, it's basically, it updates you. The first thing on there is our administration building. If you want to look at that, it's very impressive. That's where we have so many different community programs and meetings and everything else. Very, very popular. The other pictures, that shows our turf field, which I explained to you. We just put down a new carpet on that. The big thing is the pickleball court. Popularity is huge. Every morning I come in, that parking lot is jam-packed. Weekends it's packed. Last night at a commission meeting, we had a pickleball committee. They formulated themselves to 4 people. They came to the town council way back when they wanted to find an area where we could develop, which was the old basketball area at Peters. So that same group, okay, been very, very popular. The way we treat the pickleball court right now, it's self-managed. We do have programs that we provide. All the programming goes through our department so we can maintain it. It's a public facility. It's not a private facility. Some people would like to have their own lessons there and everything else, but that's not what it's about. So we're addressing what some of their concerns. They want to do some tournaments and things like that. And all that's going to be channeled through our department, so we have control of it. And I can schedule it accordingly so that it's open to the public when it should be available for them. The other picture, going back to Miss Peters in there in the back, you'll see the new bleachers, very impressive. The scoreboard, like I mentioned to you, but the one that gives you a really good view is the new play area with the basketball hoops. We also have a couple of games set up in there. Foursquare, people want to know what is Foursquare. You probably know it's play with a ball. You try to eliminate the people. There's 4 people that get this thing. You try to eliminate by bouncing the ball into the square. And then as they're eliminated, the last one standing is the winner. So that's Foursquare. If anybody asks, why is Foursquare? I haven't seen that laid out in too many other recreation areas, okay? But it's a pretty good thing, and the kids really do enjoy it. The area behind it, okay, was overgrown, everything else, that was all cleared out. It's now a nice sitting, peaceful area. There's more work to be done there. We're going to have plantings put in there to beautify it. But as you can see from the picture, it's all clear. It really does. The project came out very, very well. We've had nothing but tremendous compliments about that. And the popularity of the beach, as you know, this time of the year is phenomenal. The next thing we're addressing with the funding is we want to add another playscape to the current playground. And I want to give the council a heads up. Right now I have a study going on. We're going to have to develop a comprehensive plan, okay? Because the current playscape that's been there for 35 years, and normally you get 10 to 15 years out of them because of maintenance and everything else. We've been able to keep that in place, but in 5 years, we're going to have to look at a comprehensive plan for new development in there. That will have to be replaced. okay? And like I said, when I get the plan in place, I'll be presenting to the council. So you have a heads up, and we can plan accordingly for funding. Hopefully, we'll get some more funding available through grants and things like that going forward. Other things down at the town beach, the popularity is unbelievable. We had our annual family night, and we had 300 or 400 people coming through there. And again, you know, it's really a nice thing. You know, the town of Clinton community, they gave me the opportunity to come here way back and develop the things that we have today. And I'm pretty proud of that, because I would not have the opportunity if Clinton didn't open the door and say, okay, and hire me as the park rec director. Like I said, the support from the commission and the administrative here in town hall, the town council, everything else has made our department, I think, one of the best departments along the shoreline, as far as what we can and do offer. In the back, just to give you a real quick thing, is a list of, these are only some spring and summer programs. There's a whole list of programs that we offer to the public. There's over 20 some odd. In the fall and winter, we have different programs going on. In the spring, we have different programs. But the thing in the back is just to show you what we're offering currently. For the community. And with the staff we have, I think we're pretty fortunate that we can offer as much as we do. A big part of a lot of communities is volunteers. And over the last 10 years, it's become more and more difficult to maintain a lot of things we can offer through volunteers. So I see that coming down to a closure a little bit. So I'm going to have to come up with a plan going forward for staffing for those. I'm going to have to be very diversified in how and what I can offer in the future, but I guarantee that we'll continue to grow, offer programs, and try to do as much as we can to satisfy the needs through park and recreation for the community. Again, I just thank town council for your support. Other departments we work hand in hand with, the police, Board of Education has been phenomenal. And that's what makes this whole thing so wide open and the way we are today is because of that kind of mingling and cooperation we get from everyone. Like I said, our town manager has helped me out a lot with a lot of things, and she's done a nice job helping us, maintain what we have. So thank you all, and if you have any questions for me going forward, here I am.
Thank you, Bill. Anybody have any questions?
The Park and Rec building that you got a picture of doesn't say Town of Clinton Park and Rec on the front yet. Is there a sign somewhere that?
Yeah, as you come in here, there is a plaque right there. There is not, like you said, on there, but as you come in the front entrance to the left, you will see it. We do have coming in, welcome to Clinton Park and Recreation.
Parking lot at the beach looks a little.
Yes, we're going to be addressing that as well, okay? I'm going to see with the funding, we have enough money left from the current grant that I explained to you that we have. If we have money left, I'll be addressing that. That is definitely on the board for us to do as well. And that will really, bring it all together nicely.
I would like to thank you for saving the bocce court. I didn't think that was going to happen, and it's an absolutely beautiful place to play.
Thank you, Karen.
And the cutting down of the Phragmites definitely helps.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that, and people appreciate it. You hear a lot of negative things all the time, But I'm telling you, as we move forward, different departments in the town itself and the support and what town council likes to see, people are very appreciative, believe me. Even though you don't see on Facebook or anything else, those things are out there. So there are people that love what we're doing. They love the town and they're very happy. People come in. Last night I had a couple people coming in and they moved to Clinton because of what Clinton offers, period. So I hear that all the time. So we're fortunate. It's great.
Anything else? All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Who's doing the economic development update?
Me.
Oh, okay, great. All right, so item number 7 is the economic development update presented by Michelle.
Good morning. So we have a lot of things happening in town, all very good. We have a ribbon cutting. The invitation will be coming out to the town council later today and to the EDC on 814 for Modern Main on East Main Street. They will be opening up, well, they're actually open for business, but working with her schedule, this is the date that works for her to do the ribbon cutting, so I'll be sending out an invite for that. Rob Deary, our dock master and harbor master, has put together a Clinton Harbor Boat Parade. I have some extra flyers here to pass around. Back in the day, there was the Bluefish Festival and Parade, and so this is sort of bringing it back a little bit. There will be a parade with boats decorated. There will be a blessing of the fleet. It is taking place on the 23rd. There's more details, like I said here. Our local businesses have stepped up and offered on their own donation, gift certificates for prizes for the best decorated boats. And we're only hoping to see this event become larger each year and grow in popularity. So that was a great initiative that Rob and the Harbor Commission took on, and it's been very well received. So I hope to see everyone there. It is on the 23rd. The same day as the Summerfest and fireworks. Also, we've had the camper. There was a camper in ShopRite Plaza for the longest time. Our ZEO and town planner have been working very consistently with the owners of ShopRite and that plaza to get it moved. It has been moved, so that is a great accomplishment for them. Henry on Main is up and running. As you recall, we did the ribbon cutting. I have some statistics or some of the numbers of the people who've been going there, and it's quite impressive. So I want to share that with you. Since they've had the ribbon cutting, they've had over 1,000 people visit. They've averaging about 55 visitors a day for the past 20 days. In the 20 days that they've been open, they have sold over $800 in book sales. People are walking, biking, and driving there. Families have come and are utilizing the puzzles, playing chess, and just browsing the books. The demand for volunteers has been, really fulfilled with Christina and the seniors at Senior Connection. They are very eager to take on more hours, so I think with the demand and the popularity of it, those hours will grow, and we will. It won't be any cost to the library. They have the volunteers. Some of the feedback from the customers, they love the coziness of the space, they love that everything is $1, and there are people just sitting there working on their laptops and browsing, which is great. And they are all, pretty much everyone is saying they're thrilled to have the library back downtown, and they just love the space. So I thought those numbers were impressive, and I wanted to be sure to share them with you, and I will continue to get updates to share that with you. I also have shared with you about the trolley, that the funding for the trolley had been in jeopardy this year, so we are working with Connecticut River Valley to get some funding in place for next year. We're going to be actively looking for some grants, but it is imperative that we get the ridership up to make the grants viable to keep the trolley alive. The numbers are growing significantly, and the town put together a trolley promotional video, which I sent you all to see. It is out on social media. If you'd like to share, please do. But we're getting a lot of good feedback. The library has done one program, and they'll be doing a second program where they do story time on the trolley. The trolley comes and picks up the kids. And they take the trolley to different parts of the town, and they read books on the trolley about that area. So if they go to the beach, they read a beach-themed book. They'll take the trolley to a school and sit in front of the school and read about going to school. And it was a really creative way to incorporate the trolley into the library. So that was a huge success, that program. So they are working to get additional dates for that as well. So that is my economic development update. Nice.
Does you said that people go to the library, walk, ride bikes in car. Is there a bike rack there?
You know, that's a good question. I don't know if there is. I don't think there is. Because it is private property, I can mention it to Charlie. We also put in for the T-Mobile grant, which we should be hearing, hopefully. We were supposed to hear at the beginning of the month. Abby has been reaching out. There's nothing said yet whether or not we're getting it, but what we put in for that grant was to put in bike racks, artistic ones, sculpted, throughout the town on the main street to reinforce the artistic designation of our area, but also to add that component for them to have a safe place to put their bikes and encourage biking. So we can see if we do get that grant, if we can maybe put one up that area to help facilitate them having a safe place to park their bike.
Anything else? Town manager report?
So just a couple of things. Beach Park Road, as you know, got delayed and is now officially closed as of July 28th. The chief and I put together a second PSA video that went out. PD is very much present in that vicinity, and we are getting calls and questions and concerns from residents. My office, along with the PD and Public Works, have been very responsive. In fact, Todd shared with me, we had someone saying that they recommended some more signage in a certain area. Todd is getting some more signage. We are really trying to make this smooth. We recognize that this is an inconvenience, but this is a huge infrastructure project that needs to get done, and the duration of it is for quite some time. So we want to work well with the neighbors. It has been going very smoothly. So if you hear anything or they have any concerns, please direct them to myself or to the police department, and we can address their concerns. I have a tax collection update. I reached out to Lisa because, as you know, July is all about collecting our taxes. So for July's first installment amount was $29 million. We collected $28,867,000, or 99% of what was due. So we are in a very good place there. So provide that. We are currently holding interviews for the WPCC clerk and land use clerk. We're arranging second interviews. We did a round of them last week, so as we make progress there, I will keep you informed. The concert series wraps up tomorrow night. Unfortunately, we did have to cancel last week's due to the weather, and that band was not able to reschedule. So unfortunately, we'll just be having 3 this year. And tomorrow night is the mediums, and WPLR has reached out, and they will be at the concert tomorrow evening as well, promoting it and giving away prizes. So that will be part of my social media push today and tomorrow. Clerical contract negotiations continue. We meet again next week, and we made significant progress in our first meeting, so I am very hopeful that it won't take many more meetings to get that contract pulled together and to the council for their review. Fireworks, we are very close to reaching our fundraising goals. I can't express enough how this community has come together. Our businesses, vendors that the town uses have stepped up and have supported the event. We have people walking around, handing out letters. I have people volunteering, making posters, and it's great. It's going to be a very nice event, and yeah, so it's going to be great. So I will hopefully have another update for the next meeting. And share with you our total fundraising, what we've reached, and that is what I have.
Thank you. Any questions?
So just for the fireworks then, so there's no activities for the kids, correct?
Right, so the town, the chamber, which I did share this at a couple of our meetings, the chamber back in March decided that they weren't doing anything in town hall. back in Town Hall. There wasn't going to be a beer garden or anything like that. And due to the time frame and us taking on the event, and actually, quite frankly, talking to our department heads, it is much easier and safer for the event to be located in one spot. So we will be having live music, food trucks, there is splash pad, there is the beach, and that area for the kids to play in. But quite honestly, for the 1,000-plus people that come, it makes the most sense to just have it in that one space.
And that decision was made by who?
That decision was made by me, along with the council, who gave me the authority to plan the event and run it. We don't have the means nor the ability to run a kids zone. And since the town is running it, funding it, and is liable for it, that is what we decided.
But the kids' zones was free.
Well, it's free to the kids, but the blow-ups and the cost
Right.
of that, there's cost associated with it,
Right.
including the police and fire and all of that. And that's not donated. So the blow-ups and all of that have to be paid
Well,
for.
the police and the fire are going to have to be there anyways for the fireworks show.
Right, but they require 2 more officers for this vicinity, over here for crosswalks.
I mean, it's just because, I mean, your message to the public was that the town council and town manager's office would work for the fireworks and work for the concert series. And I don't know about anybody else at the table, but, I mean, we weren't involved in any of this.
The council was absolutely involved. I had 3 executive sessions where I shared with them the updates on the fireworks.
Okay, but like the decision to make to, like, we had an individual who lives in town who did for 8 years, did the fireworks, right? He brought the fireworks to the town of Clinton. That was his decision, along with the town and with everybody else. And now it was decided by, I guess, by you that we're just going to go a different way and not use him anymore.
That's not completely accurate.
So that's what I mean. We don't have information. That's why I'm trying to get some
The
information.
council was provided the information during executive sessions. There was a contract in place from the Chamber of Commerce with a fireworks company that has been in place for 7 years, not an individual who runs the show.
Okay.
And we did give Michelle,
I think in executive session, one of the big things was because of the way things happened this year, the sequence of them, and the town taking them over, it was that short fuse, the date was there, and to continue to use the same vendor that was done for the last 7, and because they locked the dates in,
Yep.
I think next year, being a town, if the town is gonna maintain the fireworks, it'll go out to RFP and bid, just like any other town project would over a certain amount. But I think given the short fuse nature, it was moved forward with the same contract that's been in place for 7 years.
And also, which was shared with the council during executive sessions, I'm not sure if you were there for it, but there was communications that the chamber was going with this fireworks.
Okay.
So, but other than that, I mean, it's all good.
Quick
Well, you
question.
see, that's because the fact, Facebook, I don't know if anybody's read it in the last day or two, but all of a sudden, we're catching grief for taking on the fireworks and the whole Summerfest thing. People are complaining now because there isn't a child zone and everything. And now the comments are, and they were directed at you and a little bit at the council that, you know, what, you took it over and what are you guys doing with it? It's like we glommed it. I think, in reference to what Chris is saying, is I think we should probably make some type of informational out to the public that, you know, we didn't ask for this. We tried to bail it out,
we say the
and we're doing the best we can at a very quick
Right.
time frame. And that, yeah, we're sorry, there is no children thing, because they're saying, oh, it's advertised this way, that way, and there's false advertisements. Some lady said there yesterday on Facebook, so I know Facebook,
Yeah.
but they are the residents of this town, and I'm gonna mention another thing about Facebook. I'm getting tired of this Facebook, but unfortunately, the people,
Stay away
I guess
from it.
this is, you know, they don't wanna come here. They don't wanna talk to us here, but they'll make all kinds of comments. The other comment, I'll bring it up now, is about the taxation. All right? The other day I read
a thread there, and the people were all off the wall about revow and when the taxes. I would suggest, if we could, to have the assessor run a workshop or a public informational meeting for the public and explain the three things about taxation in this town. Because I'm getting tired of, we're getting blamed for the cars. We didn't do the cars. The state of Connecticut changed the cars. That should be explained to the people. Reval. Reval has nothing to do with, because, what do you call it, just went up. You know, the mill rate went up a little bit. Had nothing to do with reval yet. But you people talking, oh, you had reval, you're doing this and that. There are stories all over the area. And I think we should nip all this stuff in the bud. Because I know, I'm trying to be kind to Facebook, but I know that, you know, most of the people on there, it just seems like they always want to be negative, 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 negative. I don't see anything too positive. But I think it's our duty that we have to
Absolutely.
cut this off.
We'll try our best.
And tell the people just exactly what happened. I know there's a lot of people disappointed because there's no kids in the kid zone. And they think we did it.
And that's
They
what-
think that
right.
we didn't come up with the kid zone because of whatever reasons, and they don't have any idea that what we really did was try to bail out the town, because I'll say this on the national news there right now, and the TV thing, everybody ever watches it, is if it wasn't for the town manager and its town council, there probably would have been no fireworks. It'd have been nothing.
Would have been easier.
We should have just said, no, it's down. But we try to bail them out, and all we're getting is agita over it. And so, but I think it's our job to get this information out to the people and explain to them just the best way we can, without getting into other parameters. But we should explain to the public certain things. And I think one of them also, like I said, is this taxation thing. I mean, and I think the assessor should come down and explain to people, I guess there was, you know, I don't know half the stuff, if it's true, not true, or whatever. I'm sure it is. People try to express their stuff as being true, but, you know, that they were told certain things at the office about, you know, improvements. People should know. If I build a house, or if I improve my home, just when does that taxation begins on that home? You know, because there was a big to-do on that. And I think, Chris, you tried to answer it or something, and maybe it wasn't you, but someone else tried to explain to the people on there that, you know, it happens on October prior. On the October prior, what's on that list, that's what you get taxed for in July. You know, but, you know, people were told supposedly that no, it wouldn't happen until next year, this and that. I think there's just a lot of misinformation out there that should be addressed.
And just so, you know, as far as back to the fireworks, just so everyone is aware too, though, I mean, there's a lot of information that isn't public yet because the chamber did close, there is an active investigation, and I volunteered to do this. We have to raise $40,000 in 5 weeks, and we did it. I mean, we're there. So the facts may come out. I mean, I'm not getting into that right now, but I can just tell you that the council, I'm sorry?
We shouldn't be talking about that at all.
I'm just there's, everything that I'm saying is public. It's been in the newspaper, it's been posted, and the chamber put out a comment. So we are stepping in graciously to take over this event so it takes place. What it looks like next year, who's gonna run it, is still yet to be determined. But we did the best we could for the best of the community, for the majority of the community that will enjoy the fireworks. And I'm very proud of what my office has done and the support of the council, so thank you.
We normally budget $10,000 for
Correct.
that, correct? And
Right.
that $10,000 is in support of the organizations running it. And this year, given the short fuse that happened, we essentially took on the whole task.
Correct.
And I think
And the summer concerts, too.
Again, the summer concerts, the fireworks, I think, for the last month and a half or 2 months, it's been a lot of trying to last-minute plan and last-minute work with departments. Can they support it, and how the whole thing gets supported? So I think this year we're a little off, right? It's not the norm. 7 years it's gone like this, and now we're at a point where things are shifting. And I think that's important for the public to understand too. It's not the normal right now. The way we've done it for the last 7 years and it's happened is not the norm. And town manager, your staff, the town council, I think it's important that we're doing the best we can to support the community and make this event happen the best we can this year.
Yep.
So
And it's not going to look exactly the same because we're doing the best we can, but this is what it looks like this year. And the most important thing is that there's fireworks, there's a community event where people can enjoy food, live music, and watch a beautiful display. And that's ultimately what it comes down to.
I know the feedback from the concert series, from people I know that have been there, said it's been absolutely great.
Yep.
So I think it's important.
Yeah.
I think we did the best we could in the situation in which we found ourselves in this moment, and the future is unknown. I have a non-fireworks related question.
Yeah.
The engineer posting, is that still open?
It's up. I've gotten a couple of resumes. I did send it out. We posted it on CCM and trying to send it out to some of our networks of people in that industry. We're not getting a huge turnout, I think just because that we're kind of in the middle. I did determine that the hourly wage is in between like the low and the high that I've seen other postings for. So we'll continue to leave it up there and see what kind of caliber candidates we get.
Dennis, I have a question. Your suggestion about a letter explaining the fireworks situation is a good one. And then you mentioned the assessor should have a presentation. People don't really go to things like that. Do you think an assessor letter would be, do you think that would work, or is
Well, I
it
don't
too
know.
much
I
to
mean-
explain?
I think, well, I really don't know. It's just the fact that they're mixing everything together.
Right.
You know, they're thinking the increase this past year, or just what happened with your taxes, is because either reval happened or people made a lot of improvements to their homes and blah, 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 but they weren't aware that it would come right away. It just should, I think the taxation of, how you get assessed should be explained to the public.
How about I'll talk to our assessor and see maybe what some of her colleagues are doing, because I'm sure that other towns are struggling with the same thing, and maybe some other towns have like a frequently asked question, little, bulleted, why did my DMV tax go up? With a little blurb as to why. When will we get our reval? It goes, it'll be this year. When will we see in our tax? Like just almost like bullets. So it's kind of easier to read, and then we can try to get it out.
I mean, because once one starts, then they just,
Right.
the snowstorm. And it just comes in, and then there's stories, and they're making plugs from here, there, and everywhere, and all of a sudden, some of it's not true.
Yeah.
It's just, they don't understand the system. I think we should be probably explaining more to the people how it works. There's things that we do control, things we don't control. But, and it's funny because, I don't know how to say this in the right way, but all of a sudden, there's comments. Oh, and yeah, well, who advertised when they were gonna have this budget? And when did they do it on a Wednesday all of a sudden on the vote? It's been on a Wednesday for I don't know how long.
Some of it you just have to let it just.
I understand,
know.
but I'm getting tired of seeing it and over and over and over because I just think that if we had just an informational thing and from A to Z, and I guess my comment was gonna be this. I don't wanna say this in a negative way, But it seems like everybody I hear, well, you know, I just moved into town here 3 years ago, blah. Yeah, but we've been doing this law for 25, 30 years the same way.
Right.
Ask people before you just go out and make these accusations about, oh, they don't advertise. When was the last time they told anybody about the budget hearings and the things and stuff? Listen, we have to get that information out. I mean, it's just,
That's a good point. Okay, anyone else? No? All right. Chairman's report, I just want to remind you that tomorrow, there'll be 2 public hearings, one at 6 PM, and that's the Code of Ethics, and we need a quorum there. And then the other at 6:30, and that is the CMDA. So hopefully some of you will be able to attend. 4 of us, exactly, if we can. Okay.
these are the public hearings?
Yes. 6 tomorrow, and then 6:30, 2 separate.
Why is it necessary for a quorum? We have no jurisdiction here. That's a public hearing, the public just comes.
Right, but you have to open the meeting. It's a public hearing for the ordinance?
Right.
Yeah.
You have to open
But
it.
doesn't the town clerk run that?
No.
She runs it.
No?
This is just for questions and
Run the town
answers.
She only does a special town meeting.
This
This
is a
is
special
different.
town meeting.
No.
Public hearing.
Correct. This is the public hearing for the ordinance?
Right.
You have to get comment before you act on the ordinance?
So it's
So
good that
there
we
should
hear
be a
it.
quorum there.
Okay.
It's not a special town meeting.
Oh.
That's what you're thinking.
Okay.
That's what the clerk.
First time I heard we had to have a quorum for a public hearing, but that's okay.
Okay.
I mean, I
I think we just
I hope
want to
I
make
can
sure.
We just want to
this
hear
time
what
is-
they have to
We
say.
just, also this time of year, and we know
And it
that a
is-
lot of people
Okay.
are on vacation, and we just
All
want
right,
to make
let's
sure.
not belabor it, that's no problem.
Okay, all right.
Do the best we can.
Okay, so that's it for me, and now, number 10 is council discussion. Is there anything that anyone would like to talk about that we haven't
Get
yet?
all my-
Got it all out of your system.
No discussion? All right, 11, town council liaison reports, any of those? No, okay. Is there a motion to adjourn? Second,
Second.
discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining? All right, thank you very much. Meeting is adjourned.